And we're back here on Crit and Miss Tuesday night. We have another episode of Vecna Eve of Ruin for you. I think it's episode 3 now? Ooh, we're getting a little bit into the swing of things.
Episode 32, right? That's what it feels like to me, at least.
I mean, look, I know we haven't gotten very far in 3 entire episodes, but we've had a lot of fun getting as little progress as we have made, which is great. I'm loving it. The role play has been amazing. It's been absolutely fantastic. As we can see, we actually have the full crew tonight. We have everybody.
Ooh.
Excellent. Well, this is going to be fun. I've never run a table for 6 people before, guys. So please bear with me.
Now,
I have?
Yeah, you have. Wasn't everyone available for one of the episodes? We had one episode where everyone was available, right?
Yeah, one before.
Oh, yeah.
You before last.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. So this is episode 4 then.
Yeah, this might be episode 4.
No,
It's like 4.
Jem wasn't there right at the start, right?
It's definitely-
when you guys
No, I missed
arrived
the
at
first
Never Ember's
episode.
Manor.
Yeah, but she was in session.
When we fought the whites,
2.
we had all success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting confused. Anyway, never mind. So this is where it becomes really, really important that you guys remember what's going on, because as you can see,
Yeah, we got it.
Right? Yep, cool. So we'll lead straight into saying good day to everyone one by one, and I'm going to straight up ask for your recap to get your hero point for this session. So let's go from the top of my Discord list. So that's going to leave us with Rob. I think you can start off. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everyone. It's Robs, aka Voltari here, the Clash Star Drake Warden. I can't really give you a recap because I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away here, Mark.
Well, you can't tell them anything about what happened when you were elsewhere, but you do come to a good point. Yeah, so Voltari was absent last.
You want to roll for it? Or you can roll for heroic inspiration?
I think that's a grand idea. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Sure, I'll do that.
Beat a 10. Make it a 50-50.
Where are we? D20, roll away. Everybody has to see. What do I get? I can't even see it's behind
You got a 9, damn it.
9. Oh, 9. That's okay. I called it. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? Because you called it, I'm going to give you another chance to roll for that later in the session.
Okay, sure.
All right, because you did call like the fact that you can't actually give a recap, which I probably should have called onto and not made you go first. But, for everyone at home, Voltari was just gone. The rest of the party doesn't know why.
MIA.
Yes, but he will potentially reappear at the start of this episode. We shall see. So moving right along, Sven.
Me? Oh, what's going on, everybody? My name is Sven Westcamp, I think, and I am the community manager of Crit and Miss Role Playing Games, which happens to be the channel that you're watching right now. And I feel extremely privileged to be here with these amazing people and Mark. I play Qualek, the Hadozi Wizard, and my contribution to the recap is this particular group of misfits and outcasts were summoned by the Lord Protector, Neverember, of the city of Neverwinter. And we were gently requested that we look into some missing persons cases who were, let me see if I get these right. Eldon Keyward, Indrina Lamonsettle, Sarcel Malinosh, and Umberto Cocknoblin or something like that.
Every time.
That's what I got written down here. That's in my notes, so pretty sure that's canon. And we followed the threads, which led us to the cemetery in the city of Neverwinter, and more specifically to a, what's the right word for this? Like a tomb, like a family tomb. And we Mausoleum. That's a fun word. I should probably know that since I'm running Curse of Strahd. A mausoleum where some dramatic goings on happens, but I won't say everything. I think that's enough out of me, probably. Yeah.
Definitely enough for a heroic point, surely.
Definitely enough for 3
I'm
heroic
getting worried.
points. I'd say
No,
3.
no,
May as well just give the table it's a good recap.
I mean, Sven, it would be good enough for 3 if they didn't cap out at 1.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just keep a couple on the side on my desk, and then when I use one, I'll just apply that one to my character.
I heard Voltari could
No.
use one. Just
Some spares.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? I'll give you that. If you would like, Sven, you can award a second one to
Don't do
Voltari.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, thank you.
Don't
I-
do it. Why
I
not?
was just saying like, no, I'll just keep it to the side.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. He left.
He abandoned
You
us.
run away.
He left us. He left us.
What a pussy.
I love Jurassic Park.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, moving right along, Comrade Eric, what you got?
That would be me. And I will be your doctor this evening. That is Doc Hovel, of course.
You're not a doctor. You're a
What was that?
nothing.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor. Now, in any case, so basically we had the ape in a cape getting us to try and play dead fish. So, of course, instead I went around poking and found a secret entrance in one of the sarcophagi. And while this was happening, the kid had some kind of freak out. I was distracted by the new tunnel, so I didn't actually see this. The old relic went after the kid, leaving me to look down the tunnel. I thought it was a trap, so I asked the ape in a cape what he thought, and he seemed to be doing his rituals, so I waited, and then the ape in the cape went and investigated the tunnel, and found it wasn't trapped. Turns out even I can be wrong. Then everyone had an argument about the kid. I think he seems all right, though. He's just a little clumsy, and I think they're just afraid of him bringing the crypt down on top of them, which I guess is valid, but it's not like Granny Lizzie and the Relic have long left anyway. So yeah,
Wow.
then we were attacked by some big watery guys, and I did some surgery on one of them without actually doing any harm. And then without warning, the relic just teleported me to the next room. Like, oh wow.
Love it. All right, you definitely get a hero point for that.
That's pretty good.
Then let me just add
dear.
one thing. Have you ever tried holding your vomit in a surgical mask?
Oh, I don't even want to know. All right. Well, thank you for that wonderful in-character recap there. Jen, you're next. What do you got?
Is that me? Is that the relic?
Yes, I think so.
That's correct.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. I don't know how to follow that. That was great. Okay. So basically,
With great reliquence.
oh god, I have a reliquary. That's one of my items is a reliquary. Anyway, so Maurice spent, or the relic is now, as he's now known, spent a lot of the time just sort of zipping around very, very slowly. Had a few drinks with Doc Hovel. And then went and accidentally started a fight because he thought it had already started with these water elementals, ended up in one. And then, yeah, did do some teleporting. But this isn't his first sewer fight, so he's ready to go.
Not his first silver fight. I love that. You can definitely get. You can have the hero point for that line alone.
Thank you.
All good. All right, moving right along. Thanks, Jim. Kiran, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Kiran. I'm playing Auntie Lizzie, or I can't remember what Elric referred to me as.
Granny Lizzie.
Granny Lizzie. I love you know that I'm 57 years young.
That is young.
57 is it's not grandma age, that's for sure. Or at least it'd be a young grandchild, like in 2 or 3. I'm gonna pull from the Deck of Wonder.
I just. Ooh.
That's a Queen of Diamonds, which is the
Okay.
Knight card. My
Oh.
recap is going to be informed by this idea of night. Night being the absence of light, night being the time of rest, the time of quiet. We saw the dark side of one of our characters, which is Flowerchild 4. We saw his night. We've been dealing with his day, but now we are experiencing his night. And that revelation of night has been something that Lizzie is still coming to grips with, whether or not she feels safe in the presence of this character. Also, Lizzie is invisible currently, just a reminder.
Excellent, excellent. You may certainly.
FYI for the DM. I'm not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I know. Not yet. Not yet. You will be soon. Just checking something. Better go to it. That. Oh, interesting. Okay, checking that.
I'm just going through my notes here about the missing persons who we're supposed to be finding, and I can definitely tell that I have written this out verbatim because it's definitely not how I would write something. It says, "A human wild magic sorcerer who plumbs the mysteries of the outer planes." It's probably the only time I've ever written the word "plumbs the mysteries" of
You
anything.
AI'd that, didn't you? ChatGPT.
No.
Sorted my notes for me.
How dare you?
It's probably how it was written in the book, and I've said it that way,
Yes.
and he's written it down as I've said it.
We are in a sewer, so we are plumbing. So maybe that's a theme.
I am actually
Maybe-
doing some
maybe-
plumbing. I'm doing some light plumbing. Maybe I can apply for my, trade certificate with Lord Neverember. Get out of the life of crime. Really move into a stable sort of
Possibly.
career.
That's if you don't kill someone with all the racist jokes.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair. All right. So, Annie, Lizzie, I will say, as you draw that card, you feel that you can everything gets a little bit brighter around you. All right. You already have dark vision, yes?
Yes.
Well, you can now see up to a range of 300 feet. It will last for 8 hours. So,
I can do kung fu.
Gotcha now.
I will bring us across to the map where we are. We do still have Sev's recap to do. I'm just going to change your token there. So, Sev, would you like to recap us?
Give us some
And
recap
I know
music.
you do have a hero point. What do you
All
got?
right. My name's Sevs. I am playing Flower Child 4, the barbarian who is basically misunderstood. We were in the mausoleum. We saw an eye, and that triggered a old memory, and that released the rage in my character. He, using his feet that he has, I can't remember which one it was, snapped out of it pretty quick, but not before the relic started to delve into his psyche. And understood, kind of saw a few pictures of a chair in the light in a shed that was flickering with fire flame around it, with feet coming out of the darkness all above his head, where he could see the person who is sitting on the chair, for only to get replaced by Flower Child 4. We went through we went through all the corridors, and then we met some water people that attacked me with no provocation, and then I beat them to death with a metal pole.
That sounds about right to me. Yeah. I don't know about the no provocation. They seem I mean,
There was no provocation. I reached out to touch like ET.
You tried to
ET
boop one
didn't
of
get
them
attacked.
on the
yeah,
nose.
you did try to boop one when they were quite obviously pointing in the other direction. I've noticed something about you can have your hero points. That was great. Thank you. I have noticed something about the book. Is it says that it's possible to talk to creatures, but these creatures have a very specific language. It's quite the pain in the ass. So, do any of you speak Aquan?
No, but I have the.
Do any of you at least speak Primordial?
You know
Oh,
what?
I usually choose
Universal
that. God
speech
damn it!
feature.
That's usually my choice. Ah,
If we want to talk to them, I can talk to them.
Okay,
Abyssal and
I'll-
common. I have thought about this. I do have a particular spell. That spell is one that we've already spoken about. That is detect thoughts. And while that won't allow us to communicate, it will allow us to at least get an idea of what these creatures are thinking, because if they're trying to communicate, that does tell me that they are at least intelligent enough to be able to read their thoughts.
Sven,
Yes.
don't you have understand languages or whatever?
I do. I have that spell somewhere in my spell list. Do I have it? I have comprehend languages, but I believe that's only for written text.
Oh,
Oh
This
no,
is- I
that
have
you
this
hear and
feature.
or see. Yes. What do you have?
I have
Kiran?
universal speech.
What's that? What does that do?
Ooh.
Once per long rest, I can cast it, or I can use the ability to select up to how many creatures? 6 creatures within 60
one
feet.
or more.
It's 6 creatures within 60 feet, and they magically understand me regardless of the language.
Well,
So if we want to talk to them, I can.
let's be
You
honest.
won't be able to understand them,
Out of
but
anyone who should be talking to these things, it should probably be Auntie Lizzie and not Qualek.
that's probably a
Yeah.
good call.
And
Anyway,
why can't Flower Child speak to them? Why are you picking on me for?
You totally can. Absolutely.
Age and wisdom.
So all right. So let's see. I'm not saying necessarily you have to talk to these creatures, or that's the specific language you need. I'm just saying there's a lot of instances that I've come across already where there's like, just from my like reading ahead a little bit, where there's like they're like, yeah, these creatures if spoken to will reveal this information and this information and this information, but they speak a fucking obscure language that I don't think you can even access in the 2024 rules anymore as a
Good
base
idea.
player. Like you have to go and learn it. So I may tweak a few things as we go to make up for that as well. Where it
Mudbrew
makes
just drew a new card, and this one I
Ooh,
can
thanks,
see
Mud.
on the overlay requires me to do a lot of editing so it can actually be readable. But for those people who are watching, and you, Mudbrew, we have drawn Madness of the Far Realm. Now this is this is one that I came up with personally, so this one's a bit wild. All right, stick with me. When this card is drawn, all players may choose to roll 1 portent die. The dice can be used to replace the outcome of any d20 roll. Whenever a player uses their portent die, or if a new card is drawn before it is used, the character must roll an intelligence saving throw, taking 4d6 psychic damage on a success.
What the fuck?
Yes.
And then
that's right.
what on a failure?
So the reasoning behind this is, if you are too dumb to understand what's going on, you will not take this damage.
Yes, that's
That's
beautiful.
fun. That's
I
fun.
love it. That is beautiful. So
I don't
good.
think
And
I can
thanks
use
for the
that.
roll mod, Kiran. It's
Come
so
on,
good.
plus 0 intelligence. Let's do this.
So yeah, I think we should go
Now,
across the board and
remembering-
see who's going to
Remembering,
roll
guys,
ones.
it said players can choose. So if you choose not to, you don't get the portent dice. You don't take the damage when it's used or when it goes away. It's up to you now whether you roll or not.
What are we rolling?
Yes, Sven?
Intelligence.
So you don't have to roll
No, you
anything
just roll
right now.
D20.
I think we
Oh.
should just go across the board, see who's going to choose to roll it, and then we'll go across and find out what you actually rolled for that dice.
I like it.
So, Mark, I'll let you sort of handle that.
Yep, sweet. Nice. Well, you might as well roll the first one.
Me, I am going to
If you
choose not
you
to.
choose if you want to. Yeah, okay, no worries.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he's already got 2 points. Speaking of which, what are your portent? Have you got portent die from?
I've
roll
used
today?
one. I still have
Yeah.
a 15. No, a 5, sorry,
Okay,
sitting
cool.
in
Okay.
there. And I'm
Yeah,
choosing not
nice.
to roll one now because I have an intelligence of 20, very high
Yeah.
saving throw. So it would be
Cool.
stupid for me to do that.
Yeah. All right, Rob. How about you? Do you want a portent die or not?
Nah, I don't.
No. All right. Elric.
I've only got a +2.
God.
I'll pass.
Okay. Jem.
Yeah, I've got a +4 to intelligence. I'm 19, but I'm going to do it.
Nice.
And
Come on, then.
I have a resistance to psychic damage, though. Will that
Oh,
come into
sweet.
my saving throw?
Yes. Yes. Well, not
Yes?
your saving throw. It'll reduce the damage if you happen to take it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Okay, because I
it'll
don't know
halve
how that
damage,
works.
yeah.
I
what
just
do you
realised
need
I
me
had
to
that
roll?
too.
Resistance to a damage type halves. Don't have to roll anything yet. Just seeing if you're going to roll for your portent dice or not. So that's a
Gem's
yes.
gonna
From
take
Gemma, that's the
one.
first yes we have. Yep. All right, Kiran. Is Auntie Lizzie going to take one?
No.
No? Okay. And last but not least, Sevs, what about Flower Child 4?
Yeah, fuck yeah, he's
Yeah?
gonna take one.
Nice. All right. So if Jim and
Best of nothing
Sevs would
less.
like to roll just a d20 for now, and that will be what your portent dice is. So you can replace any d20 roll with this die later. It can be your roll, it can be a friend's roll, it can be an enemy's roll, whatever.
Ooh,
I
that's
Yeah.
should
fun.
mention as well, I did not write down the DC of what this would be because it's going to be DM's discretion. So, Mark, would you like to decide what the DC for that?
I have
Keeping in
decided
mind-
I'm not telling you.
Okay, cool. I like that. Whew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever a player uses the portent die, if a new card is drawn before they do it. Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
doing it. I'm not backing out. I think
this-
this is fun.
Yep. I'm
Is
going to
this
say
saving-
that I'm not allowed to, neither I nor you guys are allowed to change the card now.
Hmm.
Only the chat can change the card until this card has
Oh,
been
I got a
changed.
one. I got a
Oh,
one.
yes.
This is great.
Oh, all right, yeah. So you've got a nat 1 you can impose, and Flower Child 4 has a 9 he can impose on any d20 roll that comes up
Okay.
from now on. Lovely.
All right, Mark, how do
Lovely,
I know
lovely.
when you've rolled? So if we're in a fight, I can be like, I don't care what you rolled, it's now a one. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like if I'm rolling to hit you, if I'm rolling a saving throw, and I'll let you
Yeah.
know if I'm rolling.
Yeah, so
Or
if he
it'll be
rolls
obvious
in
I'm
that
making an
20,
attack. Yeah, you can go
Yeah.
nat 1. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, this is
So
cool.
is this a saving throw we have to roll, an intelligence saving throw?
No, only when you use it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so you now have that 9 for you that you can impose on any d20 roll. Once you do, you roll the saving throw to see if you take the damage
Yep.
or not.
Yep.
If the
Cool.
card is changed by someone in chat, everyone who's got one, which will be both of you, makes the saving throw. If you
Okay,
haven't
and Mark,
already used it.
Yeah, were you saying that no one's allowed to change the card now, or does
None
that?
of us.
None of us. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I
only
think
Use
Kat.
me while I'm making you Twitch profile.
Yeah, I think it's only fair with a card like that has an effect that happens when the cards are changed. That player or DM can't trigger it.
Yeah.
I
that's
agree
fair.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
sweet as. In that
It's
case,
fun.
are we about ready to go?
Yeah.
I am.
Let's do it.
All
I
right,
am.
excellent. Well, first things first. So, Tari,
yes.
you are currently dealing with some of the things I described that you would be dealing with.
Mhm.
You've been through that little bit of a situation and you've had a moment to take a breather. It's in that moment that you feel a similar sensation to what you felt just before you were brought there to that place.
Mhm.
And as quickly as you were moved there, you are back in the place you left in the tomb. Sparkstrom is no longer with you, but you feel that he would be able to be summoned if needed. As in, like, he wasn't with you when you left, so I'm not going to drop him on you now, right?
Gotcha. Yep.
You appear in the room, and around you are the remains
Corpses.
of
Yep.
the whites that you were fighting, and you can
Yep.
hear the sounds of combat coming from a room further in, and the voices of your friends and whatnot, and you kind of get the sense that the way the sound's moving, that if you go through that larger entrance there, you'll be able to find your way to them fairly quickly.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I need you to roll initiative for me now because we are in combat. So you're gonna.
Yep.
Everyone else is already in from last week. If you can, yeah. So if you can roll up,
Oh, you're joking me. Wow.
oofed.
That's a nat 1
Yep.
with a +9. So
Yeah. Well, you're still going before Auntie Lizzie at this point.
Shit. Yeah, really.
Nice.
And with
Right.
that, as we remember, the one of the water weirds has been destroyed. The other one has disappeared into the pool of water. The water elemental is still sitting atop the pool of water and seems to be heading to the stairwell in the bottom right corner of the room. And it is a water weird's turn. Now, with that, I need a stat block. You can't see it at the moment.
Yes, and just for everyone at home as well as you guys, Qualak is like down a hallway, so his range of visibility at the moment is very, very limited. I don't know where any of you guys are. I know you're in that room somewhere. And before we plow ahead as well, I just remembered, Kiran, did you have something that you wanted to mention?
Yes. So this weekend on the
Hey.
split the party Twitch channel, we're doing a fundraiser for Game on Cancer. So if you can tune in, contribute. If you're based in Melbourne, come. Actually, in live in person. The tickets are free
To him.
at Fortress in Melbourne. But yeah, it should be lots of fun. There's games throughout the day, starting in the morning and going into the evening. So
Split the
Very
party.
nice.
Is that Split the Party TV? Is that the one?
yes, correct.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. All right, I'm just going to share that in the chat. And that was on Wednesday, was it?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. All right, sweet. I'll try and tune in for those ones as well. So you probably see me in the chat, but I'll share that link in our chat as well for anyone who wants to catch
Right.
that.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Awesome
fun.
stuff.
All right. Doc Hovel. You are completely taken by surprise as a pair of watery pseudopods, a single watery pseudopod lashes out from the water, wraps itself around you. You are grappled and you take 15 cold damage. The water
dear.
weird then withdraws into the water, taking you with it. Because it takes you with it, you don't get to make an attack of opportunity. Maurice, however, would be able to as it descends back into the water. However, it does become invisible the moment it goes back under the surface, so kind of like you'll be at disadvantage to hit it with anything as it's going, but
Hmm.
Doc Hovel gives you the, positioning to kind of do it.
Would it help
it
if I
hasn't
go
actually fully left the water. Yeah, absolutely. It'll help people figure out roughly where you are, but you're currently being dragged underwater all the way to the bottom of the pool. But Maurice, would you like to make an out as that happens?
Yes, I'm just looking here.
In the meantime, you want to give us that sweet.
Would Silvery
sweet
Barbs do
ambiance?
anything worth doing? That's one I'm not really. You choose different creature. Fetch to the next attack roll.
Just quickly, I think with an attack of opportunity, unless you have
Hmm.
the combat casting, I think it's called, or something along those lines.
Warcaster.
Warcaster.
Yeah, Warcaster. You can only actually take a swing with the melee weapon that you have in your hand.
Oh, okay, because I've got as reaction attack in combat, opportunity attack, and spells. Shield, Silvery Barbs, and counter spell.
Yeah, so this is an
Sorry,
attack
Mark.
of opportunity. Yeah.
Was
Oh, so
that a
this is
grapple
different?
check? Was that a grapple check then?
No, there was a hit roll. So you could fuck with a hit roll. You could Silvery Barbs it, and maybe he won't hit, and then the grapple won't go through.
No, he's got a 9.
He's got a 9.
He's got a 9.
Let me. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good because he's only got a +5, so that makes it a 14, which would miss.
Sorry, I thought you were
so
German
therefore
for a second there.
No, so rather than taking that damage and being grappled, Geoff, Doc Hovel instead gets like sort of just splashed with a bit of water, and then this thing withdraws, and you both get an attack of opportunity as it goes.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to try and hit it with my crusty dagger.
Yeah, no problem. Disadvantage, please, because it is technically invisible as it's doing this.
Okay, sure.
Did you say a
can-
crusty
you know
dagger
where
or
it
a
is.
trusty dagger?
I did. Crusty.
Crusty.
18.
Another roll. That's not with disadvantage. I need a second one, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry. 8.
An 8 does not, and that's a nat 1 from you.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so I'll
another
let
one.
Doc-
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'll need Doc Hovel to make an attack, please. And then I will
Okay.
proceed and see if...
Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. You
So
can do it.
disadvantage, if I'm correct. Well, I do some surgery.
Yeah.
Decent roll. 18.
All right, so you hit it, and Maurice misses, and it's going to strike back at Maurice. So go ahead and roll some damage, Geoff, and then I'll roll its attack against
Okay.
Maurice.
It's a nice whopping 10.
10 slashing. Don't believe it's resistant to that. It is not. This thing's really not looking good now. All right, like it's probably a couple more like that, and it'll be done.
Well, it's invisible, so it's not looking like anything at all.
Well,
Are we still
true.
wanting to be friends with it? Like, maybe talking to it and be like, I was going to be your friend.
Yeah, it tries to surge at you, Maurice, but it misses, and then finishes
sweet.
retreating down into the water.
Cool. Because otherwise it was going to roll the 1. But
Yeah, fair.
May I please be ungrappled?
Yes, you can do that yourself.
Oh, okay.
Sevs,
Yeah.
do you need to roll psychic damage now?
Yeah, I was gonna wait until my turn before I.
Yeah. No, we'll do it now. So go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw, please.
Boo.
I love this.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, I'm glad we drew this one.
19.
Thanks, Mod.
Hey, 19. Right, that's amazing. For some reason, you're really cottoning on to whatever's going on at the moment. Was it 46 psychic damage, Sven?
Yes, it was 4d6 psychic damage. Yes.
All right. I will
So
roll 46.
yes.
Oh, you're roll 46.
Somehow you
I'm gonna roll
understand
everyone though.
the full gravity of the madness that is taking hold. Ooh.
That'll be 14 psychic damage for that.
Ooh.
No.
And that's not resisted by any kind of barbarian. Yeah, boom. All right, nice.
I was
I get it.
clapping because I forgot it was opposite world, but if you rolled well, it was bad. I was like, yay!
No. But with that, Flower Child 4, it is your turn.
Yes. So, Flower Child 4 is the you can see the elemental,
Yes?
and so I'm gonna walk down there to see if I can bop the elemental. If I can reach him, I don't know if I can reach him.
Are you going, there? You might be close. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Close enough. You go
Yes.
and you walk around on the tiles to get there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. As you do, I'll just let you know that you pass by that stairwell, and at the bottom of it, you can see a closed door. Otherwise, yep, go nuts. Go ahead and take your attacks.
Ooh, would he get distracted by the closed door? No, I'm gonna hit it.
Well, an intelligence of 19.
Yeah, he did really well this turn. I think he knows what needs to happen.
Alright, so I get advantage, but with obviously the brutal strike, I get just a normal hit. So there's my first attack of plus 18.
Hits.
And then my second attack, because obviously I get 2 attacks per round, that's a natural 20.
It's
No, it's not. It's
30,
20 even.
Yeah,
30, 20.
But yes, they're both hits.
So my first attack is that and that. Is 12 and a d10. Come on, d10. Oh. That's a 13 points of damage.
Yep.
And on my second attack, it's an 8.
Plus 7 to 15.
Come on, 1d10. Let's go. Oh, fuck.
It's a 16.
And just beat the living crap out of him. And he's obviously low to the ground, trying to keep himself low, and he's still well within rage.
Yep, nice.
And that's all I got. That's all I got.
Nice, no problem. Oh, you smack, and you can see swaths of water coming off this thing and spraying back into the pool and stuff, and it's not reforming those parts that you sort of smash out of. So you can see there's big chunks sort of taken out of the form that this thing's taken. It's not looking great. Anything else? Bonus actions?
No.
Or... No? Alright, Doc.
No, I do have a bonus action. What I'm going to do is I am going to use Speedy Recovery, and I'm going to roll my hit dice to get that in. Speedy Recovery, as a bonus action, you can expend one of your hit dice, roll the die to regain that number of hit point equal to that roll.
Nice. Not plus con or anything, just the roll?
Just the roll, it is. Just the roll. So it's a d12. D12, and I get that back I can do it every bonus action. Three hit points.
Nice. You can do it every bonus action you've got hit dice left.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, sweet ass. You get 3 hit points, and it is Doc Cobble's turn. Lovely. Thanks, Sevs.
Okay. Now, how's the kid looking now? He still looks pretty bruised, doesn't he? So I'll use my bonus action to put the it turns out this is the max I can put on at once is 4, so
You want to know how he looks?
Fantastic.
Why don't you roll me
a little
perception check?
bruised.
Or a medicine check?
Okay.
I'll give it to you for free.
Okay, here we go. Medicine. Advantage. What do we got? There we go. 18.
Yeah, a few bumps and bruises. It's nowhere like close to actually bleeding or anything yet, though.
Oh, good point. Just 2 then. 2d6 healing.
2d6?
Yeah, I think Geoff rolled it, so he's Is that
Oh
your
yeah,
healing
you're
light?
right. That's right,
Yeah,
healing
it's
light.
your ability. Yeah.
So
Go
I
ahead.
get to roll 2d6 and ooh, it's a massive 4.
Yay! Another 4 hit points.
Okay, then I've still got my action because that's only a bonus, and I'm going to use it to. Let's see what Firebolt does to this. It's probably immune to Firebolt. It's fucking water. Okay, so I'll Eldritch Blast it. So, 2 shots, I guess.
Force damage.
I believe so.
Is it disadvantage to hit?
No?
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
are you shooting at the elemental that's clearly visible on top of the water? Then definitely not.
Yes. Well, that's a
Oh.
natural 20.
Oh.
Hey, there we go. All right, so it's already 10 damage. Roll me 10. D10.
Oh, good thing I got that 10
So that's
free.
12. And do you have anything that adds your spellcasting modifier to Eldritch Blast? Don't know if you
I
do.
don't believe so. No.
It would say it on the spell if you did. So
It would say it
no.
on the
All right,
spell.
so that will be what did we say? 12 damage because we matched the first one.
And
So
I've still got
minus 12.
another shot too.
Yep, go nuts.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
I am
17?
Just going to move my
Hit.
token for a second, Mark, just so everyone can see where everyone else is. I'll put it back when it's my
Mhm.
turn.
Sweet. All good.
How's a 17?
It hits.
Ah, excellent. Here we go. And 8 damage. Take that.
8 force damage applied, and again you're boom boom blasting little holes through it. The water's splashing out. I think from where you are, Flower Child 4, you might get a little bit of water splash on you from one of these. Yeah,
And
it's
then I'm
definitely
gonna.
not looking great.
Oh, sorry. Then I'm gonna turn to
Go
the
ahead.
relic, and I'm gonna say, "Can you warn me next time you're gonna teleport me into the toilet?"
I can't guarantee that.
All right. Anything else, Doc?
That's it.
All right.
I'm actually gonna
Well,
stay where I am.
speaking of the relic, Maurice, it's your turn.
Yes, Maurice has been thinking that maybe he's been acting a bit rashly and this creature might have something to tell him because surprisingly he's quite smart. But he can't connect quite like I can't connect to you telepathically even if you let me, could I?
I believe there is in
can let-
the written descriptor is that I can choose to let you in if I wish to do so. I
Yes.
like to think that, like, unless you tell me that it's you trying to do it, he won't know. If that makes sense, because I don't think, like, while he's wearing it, he can differentiate between who it is that's trying to access his mind. So he will blanket
Okay.
keep everyone out unless you specifically tell him
Okay.
verbally.
Yeah, well, I think that Maurice would just say out loud then, I can't understand this thing. I think it might be trying to say something. Qualek, can you try and talk to it? Are you too far away?
Stop trying to negotiate with the toilet water. We'll just flush it down the drain and move on.
No, it's clearly trying to say something.
Lizzie uses her reaction and says, I might be able to talk to it.
Oh, good. All right, well, I'll just stand here then. I'm just going to watch things. Doc, I will tell you if I'm going to move you again, probably. All right, so I'm going to do nothing.
Okay, no problem. Kralek, your turn.
All right, I'll move me back to where I was. So in the previous turn, I climbed along the pipes, jumped down, used my gliding ability, and I got to this door in the southwestern corner. So Qualek's just muttering to himself. He's like, amateurs trying to fight the sewer system, and he'll pop that door open if he's allowed to.
Yep, alright, let's open that. Let's remove the fog.
Whoops. There we go. I think we
That's a
both
little
pressed it at
direct.
exactly the same time, so like
Yeah.
open, closed. All right.
Yep, boom. Alright, so you open this room. Let's see, that was that one. So pipes climb the north wall, disappearing near the ceiling, and a complicated series of cogs. And 3 hand-turned wheels connect to these pipes.
All right.
Otherwise, the room is much like the rest of the small rooms that you've seen so far.
So I had already started the process of draining this water out in the northeastern room from where I currently am. I think it would stand to reason that I can use my keen mind ability to, as a bonus action, try and deduce if I can use these pipes and handles to drain the rest of the water out.
Yep, no problem. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right, investigation coming up. 23 on the investigation. Not too
Okay,
bad.
wonderful. Just reading something on quickly. All right, so what you figured out is that no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to drain that room any more than it's already drained. What you did in the other room stopped the water flow, like from filling the room any further.
Yep.
And this room has similar controls that could do the same if you hadn't already done so.
Oh.
But what you also figure out is that if you were to maximize the pressure in both rooms, it would begin to flood that chamber.
Oh, all right. So he looks in here and he's like, oh, it appears that my original theory may have been incorrect, but it looks like this is a pressure valve. So he's going to actually go into the room. And he's like, I have no intention of swimming my way out of here, so I think a little bit of sabotage is in order. I'm going to look around, see if there is any way to potentially sabotage the pressure valve to see if, like, first of all, so that no one else can flood this chamber without me being aware of it, or... And then, like, secondary, me being able to do it if I wanted to do it later. So not, like, permanently sabotage, but maybe, like, I imagine these cranks are sort of held on by, like a nut in the middle. I want to see if I can maybe, like, undo that nut and just take the whole handle off and hide it somewhere so that no one else can flood this chamber without...
All right, yep. Well, your bonus action investigation will be enough to give you the knowledge to figure that out.
Yep.
I think you can tell that, yeah, you probably could just take off that handle that does the thing and they wouldn't be able to turn the crank anymore, right? Unless they had another method like telekinesis or something. But you could mechanically disable it like that. But it looks like it's stuck on pretty tight and it's going to be athletics to remove the bolt. So you can try, but you might want some help.
All right. Athletics is going to require a bit of leverage. Could I potentially... Let me have a look here. See if I have this in my... Oh, damn it, I don't, because I have the wrong pouch. I don't have a crowbar. Poop! Can't use my ink or my ink pen to help me with this. I don't think that's going to be any assistance. Spells... I mean, I could use... one of my biggest spells, but that's, I think, not a very particularly good use of my spell. So I think he's just going to...
Have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it, but, like, that's a Bigsby hand that we're talking about here. It's a 5th level spell. Gonna use a 5th level spell just to take a handle off something?
Yeah, look,
Maybe.
the shit I've seen Bigby's hand do, that would be like probably on the lowest, tier of. Oh my god, that was a cool use of Bigby's hand.
Yes, I took off this pressure valve. I am the hero of this story. No,
I will 100% let you do a fucking Scanlan and use your Bigby's hand to fly around.
maybe sometime
You
later.
know
down
that,
the line.
right? Like,
Shit. Okay, I don't have anything. Oh, no, I do have something here. I've got a spell called Unseen Servant. Could that potentially help me?
Potentially. Maybe if you both try and do the thing.
All right. Okay.
Put it through to the game log for me. Just let me see what it says about its, ability.
Something for everything. The spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs simple tasks at your command until the spell ends. It springs to life in an unoccupied space.
It has a strength of 2.
It's not very strong.
God damn it! All right. I'll come back.
It
to
can
this.
fold your cloak.
Maybe that lunatic boy with the colourful shirt can help me with this. Maybe once he gets over his little bit of a mental breakdown. Okay, so what do I want? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Back into the room, and I am going to cast comprehend languages. No, I want to let Kiran do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna
You can do it
walk
if you
into the
want.
room, and that's it.
All right. No problem. That's it.
Yes,
All done?
That's it for me.
All right. Well then, Valtari, you are up. As I've said, you've heard the commotion coming from that direction. You're free to act as you will.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave the crypt. Nah, jokes. I will definitely dash. I was just sussing out some dimensions before. So dash, yeah, 80 feet. So 40 standard for me.
Mhm.
Is that right? So 20.
Is it?
No need to brag.
Yeah, it is. 35. 40 feet. Oh, okay. So 40
All right,
gets
even
me there.
from there. All right. So you can kind of just see Doc Hobble.
Yeah.
There, facing the pool of water. You can see a water elemental that, at the moment, kind of appears to be trying to get away from Flower Child Falls instead, wailing on it. But
Okay.
hasn't actually, yeah. So your friends are definitely engaged with this water elemental, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but there's just what about a passive of 21 perception? So
Yeah.
that's just my standard movement to where I am now.
Yeah.
And I can see is it like getting pummeled by, like, what's the,
Yeah,
as
pretty
I
much.
come in, what's
this
the
thing
view?
isn't-
It's just,
This thing isn't looking pretty good. It isn't looking good. You can
Yeah.
see like maybe a couple of wisps from where an Eldritch Blast has just pumped through it a couple of times. Valchild Falls heaving the adamantine bar at it, and it's looking like they've been fighting, but it's now trying to like pull away.
yeah, like almost like in a retreat fashion.
Yeah, but
Like
it's definitely
obviously
been-
Valtari would have pretty good battle knowledge if he understands that everyone's been
yeah,
hooking
right.
in. I don't
you
think
can
he'd
tell.
think twice in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like he'd gonna burn a hunter's mark here.
Sure, no problem.
So just so you know too, I have a pool of 4 of those as well, which
Three
don't
hunter's marks, right?
take they don't take a spell slot. So hunter's mark. So yeah, you see that. You guys you've seen me disappear, but out of like nowhere, surrounding this
Yeah, they didn't actually see you go anywhere. You were just gone, and they assumed you were kind of being a bit stealthy and shadowy.
Yeah, Roger, gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyways, what they'll see then is just essentially that same. I don't know how I flavored it originally. Did I say that other people could see it or couldn't see it?
Yeah, I think so.
Is
It was
that-
like a shadowy kind of,
I
Yeah,
recall that it was like we could see it eventually, but not yet. Like we have to
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't want to be at like a dead giveaway that things were marked in case of future combat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, hunter's market. So if it has that sort of like plume of like grey white with like those silver flecks of the silvery blue flecks surrounding it, just to emanate that sort of like lightning connection around the monster, and I will take a shot at this thing.
No problem.
Action. Longbow. Does a 22 hit?
It certainly does.
So we'll take. That's fuck another one. 6 points of damage.
Plus Hunter's Mark.
Wow. Oh yeah. Plus
what you
Hunter's Mark,
get
which
for
is a
abandoning us.
D6.
Yeah.
I know, right? Such a dick. So 6 plus. Oh, that's better. 5. So 11 points total. He will also then draw and quick fire a second shot using
No
his
problem.
same action 2 and 2 shots. So
It's so hard
again,
to picture what
there's
a water
a-
elemental looks like when it's hurt. Does it look like less water?
Yeah, right. Yes, that's a 24.
Yeah, I'm depicting I've been depicting. Yeah, it definitely hit. Like it's like parts of its form are getting chunked away by the shots, and they're just not recovering.
If it's
You know,
like
so it's holes through it.
it's in the
and-
water, isn't it? It's like, is it submerged?
Yeah.
So a further 12 points.
Okay, it's kind of
Total.
floating on top.
23
Yep,
points.
alright. All right, so Rob.
Yep.
this is kind of hilarious that you've not had anything to do with this fight until now. And I need to be saying to you, how do you want to do this?
Shit, right?
Kill
So I
Stealing,
guess,
motherfucker.
so to me, like to Valtari, it looks like he's slung one arrow through. It's hit this body of water and sort of like
Yeah.
dissipated a little bit. Almost like, I guess, to Flower Child, he'd see like this arrowhead like sort of push the bulge towards him. So
Yeah.
it's like royal, and then
Yeah.
and then as the second one, he pulls it back and then shoots it almost in the same exact location as the first. The arrow actually breaks the water, and as it breaks the water, the rest of the body of the water just like a big splash of tidal wave of water goes all over everyone, and Flower Child sees this arrow go straight beside his head.
Nice. Lovely. And with that, so that's action, movement, bonus action. We'll be moving right
Correct.
along to Arnie Lizzie, but that is absolutely perfect.
So
Nicely done,
the
Arnie Lizzie. You're
the
all right.
water elemental is gone, or was
Yep.
that the water weird?
That was the elemental.
Okay, and the water weird we don't see anywhere.
No, but last any activity of it was in the corner of the pool where Maurice and Doc Hovel are. You would have seen it trying to lash out and drag Doc Hovel underwater without success. So it's in there somewhere.
All right, I'm going to use universal speech as my action. It doesn't say I need to see them, so I assume just my knowledge that they're within 60 feet of me is sufficient. And I'm going to shout, your friends are gone, but you can survive. If you stop fighting now.
Roll intimidation for me.
Annie Lizzie is very intimidating. Oh, it's reconnecting.
I agree.
All good.
28.
Cool, no problem. We'll see what happens on the Waterweed's turn, which, if you don't have anything else,
Nope, that's kind of all I would like to do on my
you know
turn,
what?
yes.
Roll me that intimidation again for advantage, because you're currently invisible, so this is just a voice coming out of nowhere.
Cool. Let's go crit fishing.
A new
Wow.
card has been drawn.
Crit fishing.
Oh,
like Crit fishing.
okay.
29.
All right, sweet. So you get a 29 on the intimidation. We have a new card drawn, which means
Ooh.
Maurice. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Gem, you're muted.
To unmute. Sorry, what happened?
So
Why do I have
the
to make an
card,
intelligence saving throw? Yeah.
because the card that you got the portent dice from has been changed,
Yeah.
and that was the other proviso.
Oh,
But if you
God
still
damn
had
it.
your
I
dice
didn't get a
when the card
chance.
changed, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have
Thanks.
a chance. I was thinking
Yeah, I
this
know.
might be my go. Oh, God
Yeah.
damn it. Okay, so what do you need me to
Damn.
roll?
Intelligence saving throw, please. Thanks, Fizz. Nicely done.
All right, saving throws, intelligence, and I've got resistance as well, so I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
so, that means if you take damage, you'll halve it.
Okay. I got
Okay, well,
13.
Maurice doesn't seem to notice. It's just feels like that ability to infect a roll kind of just fades away.
Nice, he wasn't smart enough. Good old Maurice.
Lovely. All right, and the new card, please, Sven.
Pale Reflection. Creatures cannot gain advantage from inspiration. All wisdom saves are made with disadvantage. When a creature fails a charisma check, it hears whispers of its worst fear. It makes a wisdom saving throw against being frightened until the end of its next turn.
Nice. I like it. Cool as. All right, so that is now in effect. And we will continue on to Arnie Lizzie. That was your bonus action to do the thing.
No, that was my action and then no bonus action.
All right, cool. No problem. In that case, we're back to the top of the round. And it is the Waterweird's turn. Now, let me do a little thing here. Let's try this one. Maurice? Oh, good.
Yes, hang on.
I have to mute myself because I've got ADHD and I'm just moving around. So, okay, yep.
Fine. Yeah. So, all right. So you have been hit by the water weird as it's
Oh,
launching up
shit.
from the water again. I'm not going to tell you what it rolled to hit, but I believe you have the shield spell and silvery barbs and things like that.
So no reaction to my
I-
intimidation?
So, no, none, apparently.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go here. Reactions. Yes, I do have shield and silvery barbs.
Have
Can someone
you-
explain to me what they
Right.
are?
Have you, before we do, have you had a turn since you made that opportunity attack?
Yeah, I chose not to do anything.
Yep. Okay. Cool. No problem. All right. So silvery barbs
Yeah.
will let you force me to re-roll that attack roll. You'll be able to
Okay.
give advantage to someone else, and yeah, that's basically it. So you choose someone within range to give advantage to, and you impose disadvantage on me. Basically, what shield
Okay.
does is adds 5 to your armor class until your next turn.
And also,
Okay.
just as a proviso, alternatively, you do still have that portent die with a natural 1 if you want to make it
Doesn't it?
absolutely
It's
weird.
gone, isn't it?
Oh, is it gone?
Doesn't it go away
Oh,
when the thing?
Yeah, 'cause the new
you wrote
card
the card,
came
man.
out.
It's
Oh
up to
yeah,
you.
no. I don't think I really specify. I thought I heard you say that it was going to that she was going to keep it, but that's okay. I never. It was intentioned that like once a new card is drawn that it would go away, but I thought you overruled
Yeah,
that.
cool.
Yeah.
You
No,
wrote it.
that's
We'll
okay.
go
Alright.
with rules as intended on that one. So cool as.
Yes.
So yeah, shield will
Right.
just simply add +5 to your AC. So
Yep.
if that brings it up high, this is why I'm not telling you the hit roll. If it brings your AC up high enough to make it not a hit, it just won't hit. And any future hits until your next turn also will be on that higher armor class. But silvery barbs is just
Ah.
a chance to get me to re-roll it and then give a blessing to someone else, basically. So your choice if
Ah.
you want to use one of those.
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, I'll use shield. I may as well.
Okay, cool. Shield, great choice because that brings your AC up to 18, I believe.
Okay.
Yep, which causes the attack to be a miss.
Oh,
and it will
awesome.
then attempt to retreat back into the water, provoking attacks of opportunity from both you and Doc Hovel. Because this is the second time it's done this now, I'm not going to impose disadvantage on these attacks.
Okay. So is this
Yeah.
choosing to attack us rather than like talking to Lizzie?
It seems to be.
Oh, what a bastard! All right. So I can do an attack of opportunity, or reaction.
No, you can't because you used your reaction to cast shield. But Doc Hovel
okay.
may.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, may I now?
Oh, well, unless you haven't had a turn since the last time you did this,
Me.
That's a good question.
Doc Hovel, which I believe you would
Oh,
have.
yeah.
The water weird goes before you, and you guys did it on the water weird turn. So yeah, you're fine.
I'm fine. Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Go nuts.
I'm gonna hit him with the scalpel of a raw, and it's only a 17 to hit.
It's enough.
But I remember that hitting before. Yes.
Yeah, definitely
And-
enough.
This isn't in my turn, so I can't smite or life drink him. And 6 damage only.
That's all right. So that happens, and again, it retreats back into the basin of water, becoming invisible.
Didn't even break his flow.
All right. After that, it is Flowerchild 4's turn.
All right, you said that he jumped back into the water, didn't you?
Yeah, he sort of
And-
just emerged back into it.
I'm going to jump in the water and try and hit him in the water.
Yes, of course. Why
Okay,
not?
you have no idea where it is. So
I know.
what I need for you to do is because the water also has depth. All right, the water's like I think it's like 20 feet deep or something.
Nothing.
So you're going in.
Are
I need
you,
you
like,
to
4 feet
pick a
tall?
spot. I need to pick a spot that you're jumping into.
Oh, there's a little
Yeah.
frog inside.
So,
And are you
I'm
leaping
gonna-
in or are you?
well, I'm
going-
going to... I'll sec. I'm going to go up here. That's 15 foot. Push past Qualak.
Yep.
And then go up to where they are. And that gives me 10 foot. And then I'm going to
Alright.
jump in right
Hold
there.
Because I'm going to pull you back here
Okay, sorry. Where we're going.
as it uses its reaction as you pass by its current location to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Fuck yeah. That's what I want.
That reveals its location, though, yeah?
Does, yes. What's your armor class? High for this things, bud. It misses you, and you're able to continue your movement if you wish, or you can stay there now and just swing on it because that's it.
No,
It's out now.
well, so I'm gonna go for a retaliation straight away.
Yep.
Which I can do straight away.
Mhm.
And then I can hit that with my action straight away. So,
Nice.
That's. Oh, sorry. Let me just hit first before I fucking do
Yeah,
anything.
probably an idea.
Probably an idea.
Yeah, it's still right. It's trying to reconnect.
Just brutal.
That's it. That's 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Definite hit.
And with that's it. That's for just a retaliation. That's my bludgeoning damage of 9.
Yep, no problem. That is done. It is still alive, so it will require
Yeah.
at least one more attack. It doesn't look
Alright,
like it'll
that's-
take many more though.
All right, and then beat it senseless again. And this one I'll
Mhm.
put. I don't know if a 13 will hit.
Just.
Just hit. So I'll do my adamantium bar and I'll do a brutal strike because I got I'll get like
No
straight advantage.
problemo.
Oh, that's crap.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Well,
I'll take. Yeah, that makes up for it. That's that's 18.
what does it look like, Flower Child 4 demolishing a water weird?
Well, it's more like as he's moving towards, he's got a direct path, and as this water weird hits him, he just lashes out sideways with his barge and offhandedly and just hits the water weird like really, really badly, and then just keeps swinging and just smashes it into the actual side of the building itself.
And with that, folks, the immediate threat is over. And we can, go back into exploration style initiative type thing.
I'm gonna put my hand down to help the kid get out of the water.
Oh, I didn't get in there.
I thought you did. I thought you went.
He was going to, but he ended up going around.
Oh, okay, fine then.
Yeah.
But what happens is as soon as the fight is finished, you can see that he scuttles back all the way back down to where he's come and kind of sticks himself into a corner, as if he's trying to protect himself away from these people.
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you back to yourself, youngin?
No, he's still like on the floor holding his pipe, looking older than what he is. And then after about 6 seconds, he just stands straight back up and go, "Oh, I'm wet." And the pipe goes back over his shoulder.
Doc, you're a doctor. Have you come across anything like this before?
Come across, what do you mean?
This change, this Flower Child 4. Are you feeling this change?
What's me? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, there's a door over here. As I point to the
Kid
door.
is fine.
I wonder how Auntie Lizzie feels. Maurice would be looking at her and being like, "Are you alright?"
You can't see her. She's invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Didn't you cast a spell though? Didn't you
What
cast
is
a
going
spell?
on in here?
No, it was a
What are
feature.
you all doing?
Huh? We're looking for the way out. We're looking for a cock goblin or something like that. His name is.
And
The cock goblin. What is the cock goblin?
I don't know. It's just a name that we got given by Neverwinter. I don't know.
I'm gonna
Right.
be sipping on my flask and just say I can take you to a couple of places where they can show you.
That's Maurice's cackle. Give me some of that. I'll fix you up when we get back to town.
They have lots of cock goblins there. Is this
Cock
a
goblins.
normal thing for this realm?
I'm gonna nearly choke on my drink and say, yeah, something like that.
Right. Keep that in mind.
Right, Qualek and Auntie Lizzie,
Mhm.
since you're the closest, you can hear at this point. You can hear a kind of sound coming from the door to the south, and a faint like, "Hello, is somebody there?
and
Hello."
yeah, so Qualek is completely drenched, so he's pulled his little beret off and he's like rinsing it out, and he's just got the dirtiest look on his face. He is so mad that he's gotten all of his robes wet, and he's like muttering to himself, and he's like, "I have stared down with some of the most dangerous underbosses in the city. I did not do that to get into mortal combat with something that is essentially a water feature And he's like rinsing out his hat, and he stops. And he like looks around.
I'm just gonna walk over to him and say, look, take it easy. And then I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to clean his outfit.
And imagine there's like a maybe a little vortex of hot air that dries his robes out, and he like flicks his hat back and forth a couple of times, like looks inside of it, and then like puts it back on his head, and maybe he looks around the room and he's like, "You!" and he points towards Veltari. He's like, "Where have you been?"
He was lining up his shot. Couldn't you see him?
I killed the water thing.
He's very aggressive. I don't think he likes being wet.
No, I definitely
The
don't
thing
like
or
being
me?
wet. Do any of you have any idea where this water is coming from? I don't even want to know. Don't answer that question. Is anyone else hear that? Is anyone hearing that or hear a voice?
I heard it. Lizzie says from invisibility.
And there's another bit of a knock at the door. And it's like, it's me in here. I mean, please, help. The food is terrible. I want to go home.
And I'll call out, can you be quiet? We're trying to figure out where a voice is coming from.
That's
Is it by
oh my
me?
God.
But is that by me? Is that the
Yeah,
one that
the
I
door to the
stepped
south
into?
of you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
The
turn.
door itself. Just give me 2 seconds. There's a padlock on the outside, which looks to be new and sturdy. It's otherwise the same as the rest of the doors here.
Are you a water element?
No, they speak Aquan. I'm speaking Common.
But are you a water element? You did answer.
No, I am not. I am a gnome.
A what?
Please get me out. A gnome.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What's your
Please
name?
get me out of the
Oh.
cell. It's
Don't
horrible
put
in
him
here.
Okay.
One's the bad
All right.
luck.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm gonna take my thing off and I'm gonna hit the door.
Wait. Stop. Don't do
No.
anything. No, we're in this situation because you didn't listen. Put down that pipe. Put it down.
No, it's,
Place it
no,
down.
it is.
Never will
There's-
to send
there's a-
idiots to rescue me, or are you
There's-
going?
Stop.
There's a gnome there.
No.
He's a gnome. He just
You-
said he's a gnome.
Listen to me. Listen to me and think about what we're doing. You don't know if there's a gnome behind that door. All you know is that there is a voice coming through that door, and you do not know, and you already smashed it.
I do 16 points of damage because it's a construct and I got an adamantium bar.
Did you say 16 or 60?
Do 16 points of damage.
16. All right.
It's a double. It's class as a critical when I hit things with a metal bar.
Yep, nice one.
But look,
Something.
he said he's a gnome. I believe him.
Yeah, that's even worse. Don't let it out.
I would like to do
What?
an insight check on the voice.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's fine. It's not a water. He said.
Could
He said-
Valtari give him advantage on that?
He said he's not a water element.
How would you be doing that?
Well, I'd also like to do an insight check too.
Yes. Well,
Well, I assume we all heard it. It was
yeah. Just each roll your own
Okay.
insight checks, I think.
both to their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
16.
insight's one of the, Yep, cool.
Oh, 10. Are you kidding me? Rolling rubbish.
If that doesn't work, I can do a detect thoughts as well.
Actually, tell you what.
Cool.
I have a spell called Zone of Truth that I can do.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you right now that both of you get the feeling that whoever's on the other side of this door is getting a little bit,
Impatient.
like they're a little bit impatient,
Mm-hmm.
as if they feel like they probably shouldn't be where they are, but they're also, you can hear a hint of depression behind their voice, like maybe they're beginning to believe they'll never get out of here.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're all
something that we
up on
can
that.
leverage to our advantage here, and you're giving up the advantage by immediately letting them free.
I will say that how much damage was it to the door?
16.
16. It's almost off its hinges, but not quite.
So I speak to him in Gnomish and go, "Are you really a gnome, or are you a water element?"
He speaks back to you in Gnomish and says, "I'm a gnome. My name is Umberto Noblin. I'm a historian in Neverwinter."
It's Noblincock! It's Noblincock! I found Noblincock!
Oh no.
What did you call me?
Noblincock, is that your name?
I'm sorry, for
No.
some reason we have the imbecile speaking for us. He does not necessarily represent all of our opinions in here. I just want to make that perfectly clear.
That's right. Wait, no, that's right. And don't let him out. Gnomes are bad luck.
Neverwinter said we're a team. We act together.
Yes, we act together. We do not act without other people's opinion being considered first. We don't just go opening doors and letting out gnomes and letting out cocknoblins and all kinds of things like this.
Noblincock! 26 damage.
Yeah, cool. Can you please also roll me 2d10?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You busted it so hard. You hit him.
I'll just roll this. It's just add them both up together. 17 points of damage. He's dead.
No, that'd be 8 if you're gonna add them both. Oh no, 10 and 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, cool. All good. We'll go with that.
I got excited. Noblincock's here.
And he's like, as the door crashes down, and he kind of jumps out of the way, but his foot gets caught underneath, and his foot is now stuck under the
Did you
door.
just say he got excited nobbling cocks? Is that what he said?
I love a bit of a Noblincock.
Look what you've done now. His foot is stuck underneath the door.
This film is rather strange.
I apologize.
I can hit the door again.
Flower child,
There's strange things. You do weird things.
stop hitting
Hold on a sec,
things.
no, but I'll hit the door again. No
I
second.
will disintegrate you.
Allow me to. Can I approach and heal this guy?
I mean, sure, but at the moment he's really freaking out about the door on his foot.
Yeah, right. Maybe we need to get rid of the door first. So
All
we
right,
need to
then.
deal with that.
Okay, try and pick the door up and move the door.
Yeah, cool. Roll an athletics check for me.
Oh god, shit. Are you? Is that right? Are you Noblincock? That is a 19.
Yeah, nice. You can see he's as you get to the door and you ask that question, you can see it's like so you know how you start to go into that like kind of almost hyperventilating when you're in a lot of pain and you're trying to hold in like whatever's going on. You can see he's gone into that kind of mode and like he just as you lift the door off his foot takes a step backwards away from it. He's like, my name is Umberto Noblin.
Yes, we know.
Dorian?
We know.
So, can you please get me out of here?
We're here to help.
Preferably without crushing my other foot.
We're here to help. Okay, so just
Good
I
luck.
need you to breathe. Tell me, are you injured? Are you hurt?
He looks down at his foot. I wasn't,
And now you
but
are.
I think I might be now.
And can you walk?
Let's find out. And he goes to take a step forward, gingerly, starting to place some weight on his foot. And he sort of winces, and he's just like, "Oh, yep, no, I'll be okay. But
Lizzie's gonna, while still invisible, is going to like sneak up and like tap his foot and do a cure wounds on him.
go ahead. That will reveal your position, I
It
believe.
will. So just like so 2d8 plus
Oh,
6
Christ.
healing.
Oh yes, we have a part too. Yeah, that's it.
What did you?
How's the foot feeling now, buddy?
Oh, much better actually. It's still a little stiff, but I think I should be fine. Thank you, Miss
Relic.
Lizzie, you can call me Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Well,
I
this is a relic.
Thank you.
And Miss, it's Miss. I'm not married.
Miss.
I'm Relic. That's my younger sister. Much younger.
We're not related. We're not related. That's
Sister from another mister. We can't be sure.
Are you married by any chance?
No.
No, I'm not.
I've had far too little time for things of the heart. I'm afraid.
But a handsome gnome like you.
Oh, thank you. My
You
dear.
must
Are we
be,
done here? Are we done, Flirt? What are we doing?
No, we're not done just yet. Look,
Wait.
we have been sent to find you. Your name is Umberto Noblin, and you happen to be a historian. You are a well-written man. I've read some of your books before, but
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Ooh, learned.
I have read Above the Astral Plane. That was very good, but I found it a little bit self-indulgent.
I mean, okay, look, I might have had a few too many sherries when I was writing that one.
Ah, well, we've all been
Thanks
there.
a lot.
But we've all been there. We've all written a book before. We've had one too many drinks. But look, Mr. Noblin, you're a lucky man, you know. It's not everyone who gets sent. People like us to come find you. Now,
Oh, well,
I would
I'm
say
sure
you're in a bit of a bad position here. You're being guarded by these water fountains over here. You're locked in this room. I would say you, well, not to put too fine a point of it, but you owe us. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I-
sure he could have handled himself. And he sort of
Are we getting paid by? Are we getting paid by? Are we getting paid by Neverwinter to get him there?
I mean, hey, our child.
Isn't he?
Look,
Isn't he paying us?
he might be or he might not be paying us. That's beside the point. Look, there are, more than one interested party in finding you. You know, different people want to pay different things for different gnomes that we find in the sewer. And look, what I'm trying to say is, you work with us, we work with you. I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement. Now, first of all, if we're going to get you out of here, I want to know, why are you down here? No place for a gnome like you, huh?
All right, make me persuasion or deception check. Because I feel like you might have been telling some fibs in there to try and convince him to talk to you. Your choice. Your choice.
Persuasion or deception?
Not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go with persuasion. I think, or yeah, I think no, it's more no, it's persuasion. Yeah, persuasion. Oh, I get advantage on that for some reason. Where is that coming from?
I feel like I need to persuade you to stick with one of yours.
Allows you to honestly and graciously convince someone. He's not a Neverwinter authority, so no. Yeah, it's a 14. Oh,
Look, I
think this ties into our card too. Just 1 second. I just want to have a look here.
Ooh.
Um,
yeah, it does.
all wisdom saves are made with disadvantage when a creature fails a charisma check. Did I fail that?
Yes.
I did? Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh shit.
So,
Let me have a look here. It hears whispers of its worst fear. DC 15.
what is Qualek's worst fear?
DC 15
Nothing,
wisdom
Cox.
save. Well, let's do that wisdom save first, and we'll
With
find out.
disadvantage because of the other effect of the card.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's already a fail, so I won't roll it again.
Never mind.
Oh dear.
So Qualek is like midway through this speech, and even though Doc Hobble cast prestidigitation on him before, you start to see like a bead of sweat start to form on his brow, and his hands start shaking. He's like, Flower Child, I told you not to. Look, I can't think. Everyone's speaking too loud. Just be quiet for a moment. And like his worst fear is not being in
Poison
control
bananas.
over his own mind. So he everything, like all the voices, all the sound, everything that just happens starts rushing back into his head, and he gets completely overwhelmed by what's happening, and he fails to save. So I guess he has to flee at the. That
Oh
top
no, he doesn't
speed.
have to flee. You're just frightened. Fleeing doesn't mean you run away. You just
Yeah.
like can't move closer. You're disadvantaged with it affects things like that.
I
So
think
take
it
it
makes
more of a role
sense.
play cue.
I think it makes
Yeah.
sense in this that like Qualek is just like getting completely overwhelmed. He's like, just everyone talking at once. Just be quiet for a moment. Just be quiet. And he just storms out of the room and he goes back into that little room that he was in before and just slams the door shut.
Are you sure you're not an elemental?
I assure you, lad, that if you threw me in that water, I would most definitely drown.
What is the nature or purpose of you being down here? You've been guarded by
I
these
don't
things.
know. I was pretty well kidnapped. Not by water elementals. I believe whoever was responsible for this was
What can
using
you
them to
remember?
guard me.
What do you recall? What are the smells, the sounds?
I mean, lots of mold. It's very wet down here. Can you not smell? I recall not being fed very well. The food is horrible.
No. More
bread.
of the sounds and smells of the people that have put you here. Surely
I mean,
you've
like
something
people
comes to
in-
mind.
people in robes.
Do you what color?
Some of them had tattoos. Yes, tattoos. I'm hungry.
What kind of tattoos?
Food's terrible.
Valtari will throw him some rations and be like, "Yes, keep talking. Think."
What kind of rations? What kind of food are your rations?
Oh,
Dog biscuits.
to be honest, Valtari's rations would be like beef jerky and some like crisps of some potato or something.
He looks at it and he's just like, "That looks worse than what they've been feeding me. Surely someone has something that actually tastes good."
But somebody's been locked in a room for however long you've been locked in a room. You're kind of picky.
It's rather picky, isn't he? Yeah.
You're some chicken.
Yeah. Go ahead, all that chicken.
Soaking
Roll a
wet
con
chicken.
save.
It's a bit cold. I just got a bit of fluff on.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's not persuasion. I'm just chucking a chicken at him.
Okay. Yeah,
Have
cool.
some.
He'll, you know what? I think he'll start chowing down into the chicken, despite it maybe being a little bit, Well, he picked it up on the way here, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
sort
only
of like
a couple hours.
says,
It's only a couple of hours old.
perfectly fine.
Yeah. So that's fair enough. So he starts kind of like really hooking in.
How long would you
Eventually-
say you've been down here for?
Too long.
Well, when?
That's
Like, when do you? What's the date you recall when you were taken?
Like, there's no sun down here. You know that, right?
No, but when you were taken above and then brought below, we know when we were advised that you were missing, so we can put two and two together. Yes.
He tells you a date, and it's about 2 days before you were summoned.
Was
2
anyone
days,
else-
you bleeding soul! As if you need a full chicken to eat.
Give me back my fucking chicken. My chicken.
Sorry, I should have said he tore a leg, and he's like, he's a little guy. So yeah, he'll just here, and hand you back the rest of the chicken. And
Can Maurice ask if he's seen or heard anybody else since he's been put in the room?
No, I've been in the room.
By yourself?
Well, yes.
Yes. Did you have water, food, light? Did anyone
I
come
mean-
and change lights?
I mean, barely. I got
Okay,
some food.
so people have been coming in to give you things and check on you and
I guess, like I said, the robed figures.
yeah. And how long ago was it? How long ago were they last here? Roughly. I know it's very hard without windows.
A few hours maybe, and you can see he's getting less and less annoyed as he finishes gnawing on this chicken leg, and then he finally, when he finishes it, he puts it down and he kind of folds his hands across his stomach, and he just kind of sighs and look. Okay, look, you gave me some decent food, I'll tell you. They're cultists. They're cultists that worship Vecna. You have heard of Vecna, yes?
Never heard of her.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
The
have.
Undying King, the You know, like the Archlich. This is not a being that one trifles with lightly. I have in fact spent most of my life studying Vecna. He's been kind of a nightmare, and I just needed some good food. Thank you.
You're so brave. So brave.
Wait. So we've just released you, and you were taken by cultists of Vecna? See, I told you gnomes were bad luck.
I assure you, I have no idea what is warranting this unabashed racism from your companion, but I would really like to get out of here. Could we
Did they ask you any questions pertaining to Vecna and your knowledge of Vecna?
Not exactly.
Well, you said you studied him, yes?
Well, yes. But I don't think it's the knowledge I'd be willing to tell them that they want.
Can I ask, did you see anything, any signs? Did you come across anything unusual, anything that no one had ever seen before, or spoken to someone like before you were taken?
You mean...
Is there something that jogged your memory?
Before they hit me on the head while I had the bag over my head on the way here, or when they chucked me in the cell?
Before that, so say in the week before that, the days before that, had anything unusual happened? Had you written a book recently?
I have been doing some research.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been trying to keep it a little bit, shush, I suppose.
Okay.
Really
mainly
not
I
shush
don't-
enough, really, is it?
Well, mainly I don't want anyone else beating me to the punch on publication, but
No, I understand that.
look, I was trying to get the details on the rivalry between Vecna and his lieutenant Cass, a vampire that once served the Archers. I'm not sure if you've heard of him or not, but the rivalry between them was quite fierce. Vecna had made Cass a fantastically powerful weapon as his chief lieutenant, but I guess Cass's ego got the better of him, and he tried to destroy Vecna. Of course, he failed, and Cass, of course, was destroyed, but not before he cut out Vecna's iron hand. You may have heard of the hand and eye of Vecna, the relics that are.
Yes. Well, they call me the relic, so I've heard of a few things. That's one benefit of being ancient. But it sounds like you were looking into an area that is very specialized. Did you have any colleagues that were similar, or that you talked to about? Because there are a few other people missing.
I mean, I have colleagues that have similar fields of study. I assure you, there's no one better versed than I on Vecna's law in all of Neverwinter. But that perhaps doesn't answer your question. No, I would not have a clue as to anyone else who, might be doing similar research. Like I said, I'm keeping mine to myself, so I assume my colleagues are as well.
My memory escapes me because I'm ancient. Does anyone have those names?
Yes.
Of those other people? Or the close approximation of those names?
Sarsel Malanosh. And
Do you know Sarsel?
Andrina Lamson Settle and Eldon Keywood. Any of those names ring a bell?
Just checking.
Yeah, and like I imagine in the meantime, Qualek is just like in that room on his own, and he's just like breathing heavily, and he's like, just get out of my head. It's too much in here, too many voices, can't hear myself think, just be quiet. And he pulls his beret off, and he like pushes his one of his, like, he's wearing rings on just about every one of his fingers. He's like pushes one of these rings up against his forehead, like so hard that when he takes it away you can see like an indentation of the ring on his head, and he pulls his dagger out from underneath his robes, and he starts picking some of the stitching on the inside of his hat, and he pulls out like a little bag, a little velvet bag that he had hidden in a secret like pocket inside of his little beret, and he dips his thumb and forefinger into the little bag, and he pulls out a little bit of what looks like a silvery powder, and he looks up and he holds his eye open, and he just like sprinkles some of the powder into his eye, and he like blinks, and there's like a tear running down his eye, and he's like, oh. But he starts taking deep
We've got a monkey.
breaths and starts to calm down.
We've got a monkey kraken. We've got a monkey kraken in the party.
And with that, so Umberto, he frowns for a moment, trying to think. He's like, one of them rings a bell. Indrina. She's an actress, I believe. I think I saw her once or twice. She was quite good. But no, otherwise, no, I've never heard of any of those people.
Does Voltari believe him?
Roll inside.
Ooh, that's a big roll. 25.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't seem to, you can't see any tells or anything like that. It doesn't seem to be, giving any of the telltale signs of a person who might be lying, and he seems fairly genuine.
Right.
Can we go into the room that he was in and have a look around to see if there's any clues?
You sure can.
Right, Maurice is going to hobble down there.
Yep, sure thing. Let's go to photos.
Alright.
So look, the room's just a pretty small, room. The only thing in it is like you can see like a plate that might have had, scraps of food in it. Oh, actually, you can see a plate that's basically untouched gruel in one corner. There's water leaking down the walls, and it's pooling on the floor, kind of a rusty drain. And there's a sodden mattress in one corner that's like very wet, and he's been in here for a couple of days. Like his clothes are, sodden. So no wonder he's been a little bit miserable and a little bit grumpy. Really.
Is it worth doing any kind of check, or I could pretty much see with my eyes?
Magic.
Okay, detect magic there, and all right, sweet.
And walking around.
Yeah, cool. All right, so you won't detect anything magical in the cell. You might detect some remnants of magic from the water elementals. Maurice, you can make a check if you like. It's entirely up to you.
What would I make, Mark?
Yes, I would
used
like
to
to
be
make this mark.
investigation, but yeah, I would say perception or investigation, your choice.
Okay,
and
investigation's higher for me, so...
Yep, go nuts. And Ochari, if you could please put detect magic through the chat for me. Yeah, cool. You have a look around, Maurice. You check out the grate. You check out the under the mattress. You look at all the things that might stand out in the room, and you don't find anything of interest. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sense the present.
I'll just leave and I'll stand next to him and I'll start explaining that we've got other people to find, and that we can't leave straight away.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to pause everything because everyone's moving around, and I need you to not be for a moment because it's going to be relative to a thing. Okay. Yeah, 100%. All right. So.
It's great art from Umberto, by the way.
Mm.
Look at that little son.
Looks good, eh?
Look at him.
He looks too smug. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, he looks like the kind of person I would squeeze for all the available information I could get out of him, and then dump him in that pool of water.
Sorry, we didn't find him.
Mary. He looks like husband number 4.
Yeah.
It's your type, is he? Auntie Lizzie's type?
Oh yeah.
She's stuck on that card or whatever it was that said she'd find her next husband.
It's the pinky.
It's
The pinky that does it for me. He's holding.
In the very first dungeon we do.
He's holding his quill and he has his pinky sticking out.
The little things you can do with this pinky.
He's a bit young for Maurice.
Could we just?
Everyone's a bit
Could
young
we just?
Shut up.
Could we just send? Could we just
They just
send him
name a
out?
new pope. So, no.
Could we just send him out?
Send him where?
Just like this? That'd be back to where he's come from, back to his house or whatever.
Do you
I'm happy to escort him if
look?
we want to make sure he gets out safely.
I apologize for what happened there. I was not privy to exactly what you spoke about, but I do not think that this man is safe to return home on his own. Not that I give too personal shits about someone else's safety unless I'm getting paid for it, which it so happens to be that I am being paid for that. Anyway, Mark, sorry.
So Umberto will be definitely grateful that you plan to escort him home. He wasn't looking forward to having to walk through the graveyard. But also,
How about I give I do one better. You can stay in my tavern room.
he look his face goes a deep pink. He's like, he's just like, oh my word, that might be considered inappropriate, my dear. But
It's for your safety. It's for your
Yes.
safety.
There's no safer place in all of the material plane than in our friend Auntie Lizzie's bedroom. I'm afraid I must insist it's the only safe place. The only place where I can assure you your safety. And he winks at Auntie Lizzie, but he's really bad at winking, so he kind of almost closes both eyes.
Maurice is carrying a random sprig of mistletoe, and he starts putting it above the little guy's head.
he just kind of like sheepishly backs away.
Yeah.
Sheepishly backs
Were your
away.
eyes always this
Very
blue?
embarrassed.
Poor guy.
But like you'll probably go along with basically anything at this point. But what I didn't say is, Veltari, as you walk past the corridor where Flower Child is currently, you sense a definite presence of
Where is
some kind of
Flower
magical. In the bottom right corner, he went down the little stairwell here.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Yeah. So as you were passing there, you would have detected the sense of something magical in that room, beyond or whatever whatever's beyond that door. There's something.
Is that the one where the eye was, Mark?
No.
No, that's the outside.
I was up towards
I don't know
For
where the
some
fuck I am
reason.
anymore.
Or another, I
cool.
cannot move my token
I
now.
believe.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I will
really weird.
now unpause, and you guys are free to continue.
So as they're talking, I got a little bit bored and went down to the corner just walked down the steps a little bit and then down to the door.
Yeah, that door is not. There's no lock on the door
Yeah.
or anything, by the way.
Yeah. I'll say, as
Following.
I was doing this and I've sort of come past, I'm saying, we should tread carefully down here.
Yeah, should the kid be leading?
Someone's pinging.
Kid, follow us, please.
I thought you were going to get me out of here.
Yes, we will get
Well-
you out of it all in due time. Don't worry about that. You and I are going to stay here. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation. There's still a lot of details that are missing here, a lot of holes in your story that need patching up before I can proceed. But my friends here...
My story. I've already told you that I'm the preeminent expert on Vecna in all of Neverwinter.
Yes,
What
and
more?
that is what
No.
concerns me. Now, don't speak over me ever again, or I throw you in the water with the water elementals. Do you understand me?
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about him. He's a softy at heart.
Did Qualek tell anyone what he found in that other room? Because I can't see it. Was it empty, or was that where the valves were?
Oh, that's where the
In
valves
the room,
were.
or-
Yeah, I'd already been in that
They were
room,
in
so
that
he
room.
knew it was empty, so
Yeah.
he just went in there to be alone for a second.
Yeah, Roger.
But yeah, he basically missed everything that was spoken about while he was in there doing eye crack, so... to help him calm down. But yeah, Qualek definitely wants to have more of a conversation with this guy because there's still a lot that he doesn't understand, and knowledge to him is the most important and the most valuable thing. So, but I don't want to hold things up while I...
Well, can I suggest that we all sit down then and stay in one place while Qualek finishes his conversation, everyone, and then we go together. And Flower Child, you can go after maybe 2 people. You can hold up the middle to make sure that no one gets hurt. Does that sound good?
Well, no, he's boring, and it's
Oh no,
boring.
he can
I
go
know.
first. I have no dramas if he wants to go past.
Oh, we've had some experience with that. Maybe Middle's good. So perhaps we can all sit in the corner, and I can get out one of my instruments.
Well, you do that, and I'm going to pick this lock.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
locked.
We
Open
may
the
be
door.
working together towards a common goal, but I'm not a school teacher, and we can all make our own decisions for ourselves. If the boy wants to go exploring, let the boy explore. You saw what he did. He can take care of himself.
All right. Well,
You might
Maurice
speed
is
up
going to
this-
start playing his Zalcoon.
Is
To
what?
Has
speed
a,
up this conversation, I might create a zone of truth, and say, if the two of you want to have your conversation in here, guarantees that neither of you will be deceiving each other.
What more information do you want? He knew this Vecna person,
Yes.
and then he knew the songy person, and then that's it. Then he got captured. Let's go see if we can find the cultist, because the cultist would have more of the information of why he was stolen, wouldn't he?
Please.
And
How many
cultists is in this
cultists
room.
are there? How many cultists are there? Are they armed?
Two.
Is there
He doesn't
anything
know.
that they want? He has no idea. But this is information that we can gather from him. If we just go running around and hitting things with our big giant sticks, we're going to catch ourselves in a situation that was entirely unavoidable, I might add. Like this one here.
Goblin Cock, does the cultist have two arms? Kralak wants to know if they got two arms.
Yes.
There we are. They got two arms.
Okay. Also, can I get everyone in the room to roll that charisma saving throw, please?
Charisma
Oh.
saving throw.
Yep.
What's
Oh,
the
I'm
Christmas
not-
saving throw?
Oh, I'm not
Ooh,
gonna
I'm
win
good at
this.
that.
I'm not. I'm atrocious.
24.
Nice. All right. Anyone who okay, so Flower Child and Doc Hovel.
Oh dear.
You cannot speak a deliberate lie while in the radius of this spell. Annie Lizzie, you know who has passed and who has failed. So
Yep.
you can look at that. So you can see that.
Anila is going to keep that information to herself because she doesn't know everyone
Yeah,
just quite
right.
yet.
Those of you that have failed, so an effect, because only an affected creature is aware of the spell. Those of you that have failed know that you're under the effect of it and can avoid answering questions to which you would normally respond with a lie. You're allowed to be evasive, but must still be truthful. Okay, so that's for Doc Hovel and for Flower Child 4, which I don't feel like is going to be a huge problem for either of you two. All right.
Unfortunately,
What I'll also say is that quite like as soon as you like start to engage Umberto on the topic of Vecna,
Yep.
he will not shut up.
Yes.
All right, he will spill his guts on absolutely everything he knows. So you consider this to be, for one, you guys have learned a secret. So mark it down
Ooh.
that you've learned one of the secrets of the power of secrets mechanic. You have this secret now that this is his field of study. This is probably why he was abducted, though he doesn't know why, other than his knowledge. You know, maybe the cult wants to know more about, you know, the relationship between Vecna and Cass so they can better emulate Vecna. I don't know. You know, well, he doesn't know rather. So you know, he'll be completely open with that. So if you want to come up with a couple of things you would like specific that you would like to learn about Vecna, I'll give you some time to think about that while the others do what they're going to do.
Yep.
And I'll give you some answers to that.
Great.
You know, you say 3 specific things you can learn out of the knowledge that he has.
Okay, that's great. Okay, we'll let the others do their thing while I think of some
Yep.
questions.
Sweet.
Well, I was trying a door, so.
Yes. Well, that door. So you're trying to unlock it. You said.
Well, I just want to see if it's locked or unlocked.
Yeah, it's not.
Can I go through the door?
You
Said door?
certainly can.
Before we go through the door, also before we read
Carefully
the
go through the door.
before we go through the door, how long was that whole conversation? Was that a short rest, or was that just nowhere near a short rest?
Okay, so it's kind of up to you guys. Like, if you guys want to sit down and take a short rest while Qualek's having that conversation, and not proceed through the door, you can.
No, I was just wondering. I was just wondering who conversation they had. They had a fairly long, a fairly strong conversation where quite like run away and stuff. I was just wondering if that was long enough. But if not, no, I'm happy to like trudge through the door.
Yeah, I mean, bits and pieces. I don't think enough for a short rest. I think if you specifically want a short rest, like you can take one, and it will happen.
I can.
Will be part of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I can play my Zalkoon. That's sort of what I was heading towards when we were going to chill in the room if we wanted to. But I'm happy to.
right.
You're the one with the
Gotcha,
least
yeah.
health, aren't you? Flower Child 4. You're the one with the most damage, Flower Child 4. So.
He doesn't take any notice of it, to be honest.
Want to
Okay.
take a short rest? Let's do it.
yeah, if you want to take a short rest, you can. It's absolutely fine. That
Let's
would
do
just mean waiting before opening this door. So that's kind of Veltari. Did you want to wait or did you want to proceed? Because you're the one at the door.
Look, I think in that time frame, he probably would be happy to take a short rest. But he will definitely want to get going. So,
All right. So let's say yes. You can start taking a short rest, and we'll end the short rest at the point of Veltari going to open the door. Yeah.
At the conclusion of the short rest, I'm going to join in the song, and everyone's going to get 10 temporary hit points. Plus my charisma mod, 16 temporary hit points, and also a heroic inspiration if you don't have one.
Very nice.
All right, so just listen to that. So we are taking a short rest here, and we are getting some temp hit points.
You're starting one. What I will say is that about 45 minutes into the rest, you can hear some noise coming from the next room that is through that door. It's mainly just some shuffling around of some, it sounds like maybe a box or two being moved and, maybe a crate being shifted, things like that.
Yep.
okay.
Doesn't seem like anyone's, looking to come through the door. There's just things being moved around inside.
Yeah.
Can I ask in terms of short rest mechanics? Do I just click take short rest
Yeah, mine
and
didn't
the hit
work.
dice? Yeah,
And then
mine
you
didn't either.
have to confirm it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
I
did.
click on. Do I have to select hit dice and then click?
If you're recovering health, if you want to recover
yeah.
health, you don't need to recover any health because you haven't taken any
Yeah.
damage, then you don't need to.
Yeah, I've got 6 points gone, but I'm not getting any health from it.
Right,
Yeah, mine's
so-
not doing health either.
All right, would you like me to tell you how it works?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right, cool. So you can select the number of hit dice you're going to use and click the rest, and it will do everything but roll the hit dice for you. It should come up with when you click on each hit dice, it'll bring up a
Yep.
roller, and you click that roller, and it should auto apply, but you still need to confirm the rest separately. If it doesn't
Okay.
auto apply, you'll need to go and manually add the hit points. Because Geoff has had trouble with that in the past. But yeah,
Okay, cool.
so go into rest before you confirm it. Select how many hit dice you're going to roll. Roll them.
Yep.
I don't mind if you like roll a couple and see if you need a couple more. You can then click a couple more and do it. That's fine.
Yep. So if it says 1d6 plus 3 markers, if I choose 2 hit dice, is that 2d6 plus 3 then?
It'll be 2d6 plus 6 at that point. 'Cause you
Okay,
get
yep.
the con for every level of every hit
okay.
dice.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep. Awesome.
I
That's
believe
right.
so. I might be wrong.
Okay, cool.
But
I
it
don't
will
need that many
calculate
hit
it for
points
you, You know
anyway.
what I mean? So like when you click the checkbox,
Yeah, mine didn't.
bring up what
I don't
you
know
roll.
what's
No,
going on
it's not doing it for me.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going
It's
to
okay.
do 3 hit dice, and that's 3d12 plus 6.
Yep, nice. There you go.
That's good.
And don't forget your
Alright, so I'm up
temporary hit points
for-
as well. So 16
Yeah.
temporary hit points on top of that.
16?
That's how it
16,
works.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was 10. This is great. I've got 90 hit points. Maurice is raring to
That
go.
makes sense.
So we're getting 16 temp hit points? Am I?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Cool. That's awesome.
Well, everyone gets 16.
It's from my bolt
Do I add that to my plus 11 mark?
No, you get the highest of the two.
Oh, so I just add
Whichever one's higher is what you
total
get.
16. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would have been a bit cheeky, wouldn't it?
It would have been, better. You know the
Would
rules.
have been a little cheeky.
You know the rules, yes. Sly son of a bitch.
Would have been a bit. Hey, some people rule differently.
Okay, so I've written down a couple of questions. I imagine pretty much for the majority of this short rest, Qualak is just trying to get every scrap of information that this guy might have about Vecna, about the cult, about all that kind of stuff. So he just spends the entire short rest just talking, and that's enough to heal him 5 hit points.
No problem. So no specific questions. You just want information on the
No,
cult.
I can give you 3 questions that I wrote down here. I don't
Yep.
know if there's anyone else, anyone else wanted to do beforehand, or if we can get straight into it.
Get straight into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of things, and I imagine this is like the culmination of a very long conversation that we're having. We're like 2 scholars just having a back and forth. First question is: does Alberto Noblin, does Umberto believe that Vecna is a clear and present danger to the material plane?
Yes, absolutely. If his cult is kidnapping people like this, he must be up to something, and Vecna is always a clear and present danger to the material plane. The fact that his cult is currently active means that he's up to something.
Okay. Second question would be, Qualek has a bit of a prior knowledge and prior understanding of who Vecna is, and, you know, understands that's a big deal. That's a huge thing. So what he would like to know is, does Vecna have any specific plans that he knows of, especially related to this increased cult activity? And if so, is there anything Vecna specifically needs to enact any plans that he may or may not have?
Okay, I'm just rolling a history check for him.
Mm-hmm.
He did okay. Look, what he knows is that Vecna hungers for knowledge, secrets, and power. And that he has the ability to use secrets that he knows to alter reality itself. He can use the power of them in that way. This is the power that effectively has made him a god. All right. What he can also tell you is that oftentimes to do major things like this, beings of such power will need to temporarily weaken themselves in order to channel such magics. So he doesn't know exactly what he's planning, but whatever it is a threat to existence.
Yep.
But there may be an opportunity to stop him in the process. Like if you can find him and stop whatever he's currently trying to do in the time that he's trying to do it. That's about the best that he can give you.
Okay.
On that.
And last one.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any specific ways we could protect ourselves against the influence of Vecna?
Anything that's going to protect you from
any spells, any artifacts? Does he have any, I don't know, blind spots that he may be aware of?
You could try and track down Cass, or at least Cass's remains. Cass is said to be destroyed. Cass was Vecna's vampire lieutenant. But if you could find his sword, that would most definitely give you an edge against Vecna, as it was made by him, but through Cass's, channeled hatred, it has become, one of the few weapons that Vecna actually fears. It's the weapon that cut off his hand. It's the weapon that cut out his eye.
Yep.
On that note, you could also try finding the hand and eye of Vecna. They would give you a smidgen of his power if you had them.
Yep.
Can I ask a question though, please?
Where
is Vecna?
It's kind of hard to pin that down. He could be in many places. He's not originally from this plane of existence, you see. He's from a different another planar sphere, I suppose, called Earth, and that's where he raised, himself to effectively godhood.
But He's a god, though.
Yes.
So wouldn't he be on like his own god plane thing?
You understand he's known as, you know, like a lot of secrets. Yes.
To be honest, I've never heard of it.
Okay, well, even someone with the kind of expertise that I have, we haven't managed to uncover where he resides.
Okay.
Have you
Very
ever, or
good.
anyone,
Hidden.
does anyone that you know, have they ever looked for these artifacts? Have you ever looked for these artifacts?
I would. Why would? No, of course not.
Can I
like
do a
books.
check for that?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll inside.
Did with the
Yeah.
zone of truth, did I detect whether or not he passed the charisma save?
I'll roll that for him.
It's 13.
He utterly failed, and he's being truthful at the moment.
I
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can be confident that he's telling the truth.
Thank you.
Yeah, he goes on to basically say like he prefers books, not roaming around the countryside and delving into dungeons. He really doesn't like places like this, and would really much prefer it if once we're done having a little rest here, if we could get the heck out of here.
So you've delved into books and stuff. Is there any? You said you don't like searching for the item. This hand and eye thing, and this sword, this cast thing. So is there any? Is there any information on this plane to see if there's any? Do we know that we've heard about this? You just said there's an eye in the hand, but how do you know about the eye in the hand?
Well, books, of course. Vecna has been around for a very long time. I can't remember specific details of things like that right now, but I have the books at my home. If you take me there, I can probably find you that information.
Oh, that's boring.
Now with that, it is 11 o'clock. So, are we needing to stop at this point because we sometimes have a cutoff?
Yeah, I do have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I don't want to deprive people from being able to look into this room before we call it a night, because I'd feel
Okay,
bad about that. So.
All right. How about you, Rob? Because I know you have that cutoff thing as well sometimes. So, how you feeling?
Yeah, well, we can either have a quick peek and then go.
Yeah,
Or,
Yeah.
Give
yeah.
us a clippy with this room.
All right.
yeah,
No worries. So, all right. You finish up the
a quick
rest.
peek.
Yeah. You get the information from Umberto. He's like pretty keen to get the heck out of here, but you guys are like, managed to convince him to just sit in the back with Krolek and, hope he doesn't get flattered by cultists. You open the door and you peer inside.
Stealthily, might I add.
Yes. Okay. Well, roll stealth for me, please.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. With a plus 13, I end up with 17.
Successful stealth check though.
What's in there? What's in there?
Maurice is 17. Oh, God.
What's in there? Can we see?
All right. So I love that. I love that so much. All right. So the rubble chokes the southeast corner of the room. There's only a small gap near the uneven ceiling. Some of it's been reassembled into a low table that bears small clockwork components. Now, sort of tucked into the corner behind what seem to be some crates that have been dragged from where they were stacked against the west wall. They've all been dragged around in kind of a barricade up against the rubble. And you can see sort of crouching behind them, trying to hide, not very well, a hulking fish-headed creature wearing exquisite silk finery. And you can also see on the table that has been constructed kind of off to the side of this creature, a small clockwork device that is glowing with a sheen of magic, as your detect magic spell is still active. And that, folks, is where we'll leave it for tonight.
Holy shit, is it?
I'm gonna say that detect magic was probably a little bit longer than 10 minutes.
you know,
You're a nice
say it.
DM.
I'll say,
That's all.
you know, like, yeah, say you did it towards the end of the rest and did
Yeah,
a
that makes
wander
more
around,
sense,
you
yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you there's a cultist in here.
Quest successful, and we level up. Oh my god, thanks, Mark.
No,
What's
you
with
do
the
not.
water? There's a big water theme, isn't there?
In this
It's very
section,
wet.
there is.
It's very wet down here.
Yep, that's because it used to be this area used to be used by that water clock guild, so they made clocks out of water and stuff and employed elementals.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
definitely information you guys have. And yeah, you've gained a secret from learning Umberto's specialty, so that's awesome. And you've encountered another creature. I will give you a picture of the creature.
Oh yeah, it is
So,
pick.
give me 2 seconds.
Give us a fish pick.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So this is
Oh,
depicting it like at the desk, but it's actually not.
Oh,
Oh,
he's so
wow.
much cuter than I thought he would be.
He's so fancy.
He's very
He's
fancy.
a cultist. He's a cultist with
Oh
killers.
no, he is wearing robes. Oh,
That's cool
no.
artwork.
Flower
Oh,
Child's
dear.
gonna murder him before I ever have
Oh,
a chance
dear.
to have a
Yeah.
long-winded conversation with him as well.
Look,
No.
I might say that it's possible if Flower Child 4 was paying attention that he might have picked up on, yeah, probably not, but he might have picked up on Umberto mentioning that the robes that the cultists wear are black. And these robes are like purple and red and white and gold and
Not a
like
chance.
that. Not a chance, no. Okay.
Not a chance.
Well, Maurice is purposely like right behind
He's
him.
wearing robes.
It doesn't help that he looks like a horrible monstrosity in a suit, but I don't care what happens, Mark. We're gonna roleplay you and I having a conversation with this fish man, even if we have to do like a separate non-canon episode.
Speak with
I
Dead.
Want to talk to this guy. Oh yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
absolutely.
Does anyone have Speak with Dead?
Not if he's dead.
All
All right. Well, thank you very much, folks. We have to wrap there.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Before
you
we
very
go,
much.
one more time, Kiran. It was
Yes.
what was it again?
So Split the Party TV, it's a charity fundraiser for Game on Cancer. This Saturday and this Sunday, pretty much the full day. So starting I think at 10 a.m. and ending at
Nice.
8 p.m.
Good days.
I want to do something similar as well. So
Yeah, it'll be a lot of
Cool.
fun. Each sort of they're rotating through different tables, and yeah, it'll be come check it out, come support, watch,
Nice.
donate if you can.
donate. That's the big one.
Do it.
Yeah, it's.
Sven, can I ask something?
Um,
Is there a way to put the details of that on our ending screen?
yes.
Just a picture of it or a link? That way, like
Well-
sometimes it's hard to find info.
Probably can't do it tonight, but I can do it for the next episode and stuff like that. I'll make sure. Well, I'll put it up on the Discord and all that kind of stuff. We're not gonna have another episode.
It's
before
just
then,
this
are we?
weekend, so
Yeah, it's just this
probably
weekend,
not.
so,
No need to do it next week. It would have passed by then.
Well,
If
I'll
you,
just put it in the chat again. But you go to
Guess what?
Eventbrite, and what's it called again, just to make sure that everyone knows?
Split the Party TV is the Twitch
Yep.
channel, and the event is superhero streamers. Is what they've called it. That's the theme of it.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
All right. Yeah.
So if you type in split the party, it comes up straight away on
Yeah,
Google.
it's right up there.
Great.
So can't miss it. Check that out. Donate to an amazing cause. And I felt like I had something to say as well, but I've forgotten what it is.
Well, we do have to thank Tabletop
That's
Audio
the
for the
one.
ambient.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Thank huge shout out to tabletopaudio.com for all your tabletop ambience needs. If you enjoyed the sound sets that you heard in this episode, make sure you check them out. It is completely free for your home games, and they have an amazing variety of sound sets for all tabletop RPGs, not just Dungeons and Dragons. So make sure you check them out.
Yep.
And of course, join us again next week, Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m.
And thank
Australian
you, Mark.
Standard Time.
See
Thank
you
you,
then.
Mark.
No, thank you guys.
Thank
you, Mark.
Thank
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
So yeah, bye.